Let's go straight to truth or fake. Vedeka's over by the big board. Vedeka, good evening to you. The post by the US Energy Secretary created a major global storm this week after he claimed Washington had successfully escorted an oil tanker through the Strait of Hormuz, a claim that turned out to be basically fake.
That's right, Mark. The Trump administration made a major U-turn over comments made by its energy secretary online on Tuesday. Secretary Chris Wright posted on X that the US Navy had successfully escorted an oil tanker through the Strait of Hormuz to ensure that oil remains flowing to global markets. And he praised President Trump for what he said is maintaining stability of global energy. Now, this post had a very short life on X. It was posted and then swiftly deleted without any explanation around 30 minutes later. Now, following this, also on Tuesday, shortly afterwards, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt walked back that claim made by Secretary Wright entirely. She clarified that no, the US had in fact not escorted any oil tankers through the strait. Let's take a listen to exactly what her response was.
Yes, I was made aware of this post. I haven't had a chance to talk to the Energy Secretary about it directly. However, I know the post was taken down pretty quickly, and I can confirm that the U.S. Navy has not escorted a tanker or a vessel at this time, though, of course, that's an option the president has said he will absolutely utilize if and when necessary at the appropriate time.
Now, the Trump administration said a staffer was to blame for that social media mishap, saying that the video was deleted after it was determined to be, quote, incorrectly captioned by Department of Energy staff. As for Secretary Chris Wright, US Secretary of Energy, he continues to post on X, and he hasn't addressed this now deleted post in any capacity, Mark.
So, and despite being online only briefly, this now deleted post has had major consequences on oil prices.
That's right. This social media flip-flop added to the current volatility in global oil markets. Upon Wright's post that he made on X, oil prices fell. We can actually see that rapid drop visualized here on this graph. And also we can see how quickly it bounced back after that post was deleted. Oil prices, of course, have been steadily rising since this war broke out. The Wall Street Journal also reported that million-dollar trades had been, in fact, wiped out, and that stocks suffered their own volatility caused by this post and delete situation. Now, this notion of US assistance through the Strait of Hormuz, it was, in fact, posted online by Donald Trump on his app, Truth Social, around 4 days into the war, where he said no matter what, the US will ensure the free flow of energy to the world. We heard Caroline Leavitt there say in that soundbite that he hasn't ruled out the idea of military escorts. Washington, of course, remains concerned about free travel through the Strait of Hormuz, which is one of the most critical waterways in the world for global energy. And as we know, more than 20% of the world's oil travels through this narrow maritime passage.
And finally, Vedeka, more about the reaction to this incident.
Well, in terms of the reactions from Iran, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, he suggested that the deleted post was in fact a misinformation effort designed to rally global oil markets. We can see what he says here. He accuses US officials of posting fake news to manipulate markets. We also have a reaction from the Speaker of Iranian Parliament. He had a more mocking tone. He says an oil tanker crossed the Strait of Hormuz escorted by US Navy ships, maybe on a PlayStation. Now, in terms of the social media reactions towards this social media flip-flop by the Trump administration, they have been pretty brutal online, to say the least. We can see a couple of them here. Internet users call it complete incompetence on parts of the Trump administration. We can see another user here that says these people that have no idea what they're doing to be posting and deleting market-moving misinformation in real time.